Okay, let's get started. Let's go with the Mangalacharan. Okay, who wants to go ahead start the Mangalacharan? Ishan, I cannot see your face. Okay, Nimai, go ahead.
Om Gyanatimmirandhyasya Jnanam Janashalakya Chaksharam Velitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Shapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Vipakada Mayam Tatati Swapatantikam.
Thank you, Vita. Ishan, go ahead.
Vandeyam Shri Guru Shweta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Sagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Raghunatham. Oh, sorry, wait. Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha.
Who wants to go next? Jasvita, go ahead. You're muted.
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu
Dinabandhu.
Panbo Jagat Pate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Who else wants to do? Shriya, you want to finish this slide? Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi.
Okay, Papaji. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhani Sute Devi Pranami Hari Pre.
Thank you, Vita. Adhav, do you want to do this Mangalacharan?
Okay, Vancha Kopatavupasya Kupasindupe Pacha Patitam Namba Nepo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Gola Bhattavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Does anybody remember what did we do last class? Does anybody remember? Okay, who remembers the shloka we were to remember? Shravanam Kirtanam. Who does remember that? Okay, Isham, go ahead.
I'm not sure, but Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vandanam, Smaranam, Atmasevanam.
No. Not in that sequence. Yes, Nimai, go ahead.
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnum, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Admani Vedanam.
Very nice, very nice. Very nice. Okay. Who else can tell me this? Shravanam Kirtanam. Come on. Who else can tell me this? We discussed this, right? I'm going to get to that slide. Okay. Adhav, you remember this? And turn your face like the right way. It's like word sideways. Okay, Ayati, go ahead.
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pad Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam.
Thank you. Yes, Jaswita.
Shvara, I want to say it.
Yeah, sing it.
Okay. Shvaranam Kirtanam Smaranam
Vishnu Smaranam.
Shvaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam
Dasyam.
Dastyam Sakyam
Atmani.
Atma Nivedanam.
Okay, thank you. Ishan.
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam.
Okay. Now, who can explain to me the first three things? Shravanam, Kirtanam. Okay, let's just say, who can explain to me what is Shravanam with example? What is Kirtanam with an example? Yes, Ayati.
So we're doing Shravanam because we're hearing Krishna, we're hearing the holy name, and then like we're hearing about Krishna, and then Kirtanam is like chanting the Lord's name, and then like singing and stuff like that. Smaranam is thinking about Krishna. So
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
we're all doing Smaranam because we're talking about Krishna, and we're thinking about him because like that's the topic of the class. So
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice, Ayati. Okay. Nimai, can you tell me about Pada Sevanam, Archanam?
I know Pada Sevanam, but I don't know Archanam.
Okay, go ahead. What is Pada Sevanam?
Pada is like its feet, and Sevanam is like you, it's like massaging feet. So like
Yes.
like
Massaging feet, that is correct. So give me an example of Pada Sevanam. Who is good in that?
The ocean. I forgot.
Mother Lakshmi is always worshipping as massaging the feet of Vishnu, right? I lost you, Nimai. I think you're connecting again. Okay. So Pada Sevanam is Mother Lakshmi Devi massaging the feet of Vishnu, right? So we don't have direct association with the Lord, but we can do service to the devotees. Okay, then who will tell me about Archanam and Vandanam? Okay, Ishan.
I don't know Archanam, but I'm pretty sure I know Vandanam and Dasyam.
Okay, let's go in a sequence. Who can tell me about Archanam? Yes, Shriya.
Archanam is deity worship.
Yes, wonderful. Wonderful. Archanam is deity worship. And okay, Ishan, now go about Vandanam.
I thought that Vandanam was deity service.
No.
Is kind of like serving the Lord, helping out the Lord. Like Hanuman, like when they were crossing the bridge, there were like a few like misplaced ones, and then like there was kind of like a gap. So Hanuman offered his own hand.
Yes. Dasyam is basically serving the Lord like a servant. Dasya means servant. Das means servant, right? And we are the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord, right? Because we are serving our Guru, and the Guru serves his Guru, and his Guru serves his Guru, and then the ultimate Guru then serves Krishna, right? So Dasyam is serving, offering your services in the form of a servant to Krishna. Vandanam is what? Who knows Vandanam? Yes, Shriya?
Offering prayers.
Offering prayers. Very nice, Shriya. You very nice did this. You have listened to the class. Very nice. Thank you. Offering prayers. Who can tell me what is Sakyam? What is Sakyam? Okay, Shriya knows. Who else knows? Sakyam. Okay, Adhav, do you know what is Sakyam? No? Okay. Can you fix your camera? Is it not doable? Okay, Sakyam, yes, Shriya, go ahead.
Sakyam is being a friend.
Yes, you're being a friend of Krishna. Like you're offering a service like a friend to Krishna. You know that Krishna, you're the best friend. Just like Arjun was a friend of Krishna. And no chatting, please. No chatting. 2 participants raised hand. Is Ishana, you have raised hand?
Oh, sorry, I just forgot to lower.
Yes, Shriya. You raised hand?
Yeah, the next one is Atmanivedanam is give everything to Krishna.
Yes. So who can give me an example of Atmanivedanam? Yes, Ayati?
Like sometimes like earlier when we give birth, and then when we take birth, then we are like in the material world, we have all these stuff, but like they're not actually ours. We say they're ours, it's actually Krishna's. So by giving things to Krishna, we're like when we die, we offer everything to Krishna, I'm guessing.
No, exactly. Atmanivedanam is completely giving everything to Krishna. Yes, Adhav. Adhav, you raise your hand? No? Okay, Ishan?
Prahlad Maharaj.
No, no.
What?
This is not a good example. Meaning Prahlad Maharaj, yes, was giving everything, but like literally in the sense of everything. Ayati?
Deva Maharaj?
Who?
No, Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj.
Yes. Can you tell me how, what he did?
Like so basically, when what's his name again? Was Vamandev. So when Vamandev came, he told Bali Maharaj that he needs to take that he has to take 3 steps. One step he took on the earth. The second step he took on the universe, and but then he told Bali Maharaj he didn't have but then he told like Bali Maharaj he didn't have a 3rd step. So when Bali Maharaj said that, like he offered his own head as the 3rd step.
That is correct. Atmanivedam, he gave up everything for Krishna, right? So that is Atmanivedanam, right? Okay. Let me see. Participants, okay. Okay. Ishan, where is the thing to disable the chat?
In participants,
Yes.
there's a dot.
Yeah.
Then click that and then you're gonna find it.
It doesn't say, no.
What? I don't know. I mean, or there's one like only for host and co-host. There's also one of those. Click the dot in participants. At the bottom.
I don't see that. That's fine. So anybody, nobody should chat, right? Okay. Okay, I did that. Okay, all right. So do you guys remember, right? So we will go directly to, we will not go through this. Remember Archanam was deity worship, Vandanam, Dasyam, Shravanam. Shravanam, the example for Shravanam is hearing. We should hear about Krishna Katha. And the best example of Shravanam is Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj used to hear about Krishna a whole lot. And what did he do during the last 7 days before he left his body? He only heard about Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, for 7 days and 7 nights before he left his body. He did not eat, sleep, do nothing, just hearing about Krishna. So who is the best example of Shravanam? Parikshit Maharaj. Who is that best example for Shravanam? Who is Parikshit Maharaj? Can you tell me? Somebody can tell me. Jayani, yes?
Parikshit Maharaj is a king.
Yes. And what was his relationship to, say, Arjun? What was his relationship to Krishna? Don't know. Okay, fine. Okay, let's see. Who can answer the question? Ayati?
Cousins?
Cousins of who?
So basically, Arjun was the son of Kunti, and Kunti was what about Vasudev's sister?
Yeah, but we are talking about Parikshit Maharaj.
Oh, I thought you said.
Okay,
Oh,
Ishan, who is Parikshit Maharaj?
Parikshit Maharaj's father was Arjun, and Arjun's cousin was Krishna.
Parikshit Maharaj's father was Arjun? No.
Oh, sorry. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. No, Abhimanyu.
Yes.
Abhimanyu's father was Arjun, and
Yes.
Arjun was a cousin of Krishna.
You got it. Yes. So Arjun's grandson was Parikshit Maharaj, right? When Yudhishthir, you know about Yudhishthir, right? He's the eldest of the Pandavas. When Yudhishthir left his kingdom, who did he make king? Parikshit Maharaj was made the king. And Parikshit Maharaj was the son of Abhimanyu and Uttara. And then, so he is the grandson of Arjun, right? He is the grandson of Arjun. And Arjun's cousin was Krishna. So Parikshit Maharaj, do you guys know how was he protected by Krishna? How was he protected by Krishna? Does anybody know how was he protected by Krishna? Okay, I know Ishan knows. Okay, Ayati. Okay, you tell me, Ayati.
So basically, I think there was like a war or something, and then someone took this weapon, forgot what it was called, and put it at like the mother of Parikshit Maharaj's belly to try to kill Parikshit Maharaj. But then Krishna came inside the belly, and then like he like fought it off, I guess.
Yes, kind of there. He's almost there. Yes, Ishan.
So when the Pandavas won and they killed Duryodhan, Ashwatthama was very mad. So she sent the
She?
He sent Brahmastra to kill the child in Uttara's womb so that there would practically be no king other than Yudhishthir.
Yes.
But Krishna came and saved and like neutralized the Brahmastra.
Yes, very nice. So
I mean, I can give a little bit more detail. Like, so, like, before Duryodhan died, like, he was, like, in pain and he was about to die. He said that, kill the Pandavas for me to Ashwatthama. So Ashwatthama set, the Pandavas' camp on fire, but the Pandavas, were sleeping outside, so they were safe. But their sons died. Then they found out that it was Ashwatthama, and Draupadi was really mad. So then Bhim went to go to Ashwatthama. Krishna said that Krishna knew that Ashwatthama was very powerful, so he and Arjun went as well. And then when they got there, Ashwatthama was invoking the Brahmastra and saying, "May it destroy the Pandavas." So Arjun used his Brahmastra to counterattack it. But then Vyasadev and Narad Muni came and said to stop it, or else like something bad will happen. So Arjun took his one back, but Ashwatthama was not pure enough to take it back, so he sent it to Uttara's womb.
Okay, this. I don't know where he read this. This is a little different than what I have read. Anyways, the important part is Ashwatthama put the nuclear weapon, the Brahmastra. He put the Brahmastra, which never fails, and he wanted to destroy the dynasty of the Pandavas. So he put the last heir, right, who was going to be born of Uttara's womb. Uttara was Abhimanyu's wife, and Abhimanyu was dead in the Mahabharata war. And then he threw that weapon, he aimed that weapon at Uttara's womb because she was pregnant with Parikshit Maharaj. And then Uttara ran to Krishna saying, "Please save my son, save my child." And then Krishna goes inside the womb in the form of Vishnu, very tiny, and he's neutralizing the effect of the weapon, because Brahmastra is very, very powerful, very hot, and Krishna counterattacks it. And Parikshit Maharaj is seeing the form of Krishna in the womb, and he's always wondering, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? So when he came out, right, he was always looking, where is Krishna? So his name was, who is Parikshit? With Parikshit means one who is always inquiring about Krishna, is always inquisitive. Where is Krishna? He's trying to find out Krishna. That's why his name was Parikshit. So his birth was glorious and his death was glorious. How was his death glorious? Because if you know Srimad Bhagavatam, right, once he was going to hunting, right, and he was thirsty, and then he did not find water, so he goes to a sage's ashram, and then the hermit was in meditation, and he did not realize that Parikshit Maharaj is there. He did not give him water. Then what did Parikshit Maharaj do? Put a snake around the neck of the sage, and the sage's son comes to know about him and curses Parikshit Maharaj to die within 7 days. And then during these 7 days, he left everything, his home palace, and then he went on the banks of the river Ganga, and he sits down and he hears the Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami. So this is Sri Shravanam. So Shravanam is basically hearing about Krishna. What is Kirtanam? What is Kirtanam? Chanting the glories of Krishna. You're doing Japamala, right? And then you are also doing Kirtan with Kartal and Mridanga, and you're singing Hare Krishna. And also Kirtanam is when I'm speaking about Krishna, that is also Kirtanam. So what is the best example for Kirtanam? Best example for Kirtanam, who is always speaking about Krishna? Ishan, yes?
Dhruva Maharaj.
No, okay, chanting, yes, is a very good example. Now, what is the example is listed here? Yes, Shriya?
Sukadev Goswami.
Yes, Sukadev Goswami, right? For 7 days and 7 nights, Sukadev Goswami spoke just about Krishna. Constantly, without eating and drinking anything. Sukadev Goswami. So who is Sukadev Goswami? Can somebody give me, who is Sukadev Goswami? Who is Sukadev Goswami? Can somebody tell me? Yes, Nimai?
So Sukadev Goswami was actually Sukha the parrot.
Yes.
And
So like he was a parrot in his his previous birth, and then like he was Radha Rani's pet. So then one day Radha Rani had to go back to Vrindavan, and Sukha the parrot was coming with her, and she said, why don't you go and hear Bhagavatam from the people who are talking, the Bhagavatam, like discussing Bhagavatam. So he went everywhere, but he didn't find, and finally he found Shiva.
Ishan. Go ahead, Nimai.
He found Shiva, saying Bhagavatam to.
Yes, go ahead then.
Saying Bhagavatam to.
I cannot hear you, Nimai. Okay, so let's make this quick. So whose father was Sukadev Goswami? Oh, like who is the father of Sukadev Goswami? Sukadev Goswami's father was who? Does anybody know? Yes, Ayati.
Vyasadeva.
Yes, Vyasadeva is the father of Shukadev Goswami. So Shukadev Goswami is the example for Kirtanam, Smaranam. Who is the example, perfect example for Smaranam?
Sukadev Goswami.
Who is the perfect example for Smaranam? Yes, Jaini?
Prahlad.
Yes, we are doing the story of Prahlad Maharaj. Pada Sevanam. Who is the perfect example for Pada Sevanam? Who is the perfect example for Pada Sevanam? Yes, okay. Let's see who is the perfect. Jaini?
Lakshmi.
Lakshmi Devi, yes. Archanam. Who is the example of Archanam? Archana means deity worship. Who is the example of Archana? Do you guys know about Ambarish Maharaj? Okay. Tell me, who was Ambarish Maharaj?
Ambarish Maharaj was a king,
And
he used to do a lot of deity worship to Vishnu. So much worship that Vishnu gave him the Sudarshan Chakra.
Yeah, Sudarshan Chakra was always protecting him. Yes.
And then one time, should I say the entire story?
Okay, I'll tell the story. So Archana means deity worship. Ishan, where are you logged in?
I'm like,
Why? So Archana means deity worship. So Ambarish Maharaj was a great king, but he was a greater devotee of Lord Vishnu. He used all his senses. His eyes, ears, nose, touch, everything towards deity worship. He was so much devoted that Vishnu's Sudarshan Chakra used to protect him all the time. So one time what happens? Durvasa Muni, you know, the Durvasa Muni who gets angry very easily. He came there to Ambarish Maharaj's palace. He came on the day of Dwadashi. What is Dwadashi? The next day after Ekadashi, right? So they were trying to open their fast of Ekadashi. And he said, okay, I will open the fast along with you, the king. And then what happens? So Durvasa Muni went to take bath in the lake. And then he's not returning in time. So there is a set time to open the fast, right? And on the day of Dwadashi. And the time is going faster. And so he wants, you should open the fast during the time of Dwadashi. So then Ambarish Maharaj is asking, to his priest, what should I do? I cannot open the fast without Durvasa Muni. Then they say, okay, then you can just drink the charnamrit of the deities. So you're just drinking the charnamrit, which is the prasadam, which is the water, and you're not breaking the fast, but you're also breaking the fast. And you can again eat food when Durvasa Muni comes. So just take the charnamrit, and at that time Durvasa Muni comes. And he's furious. How come you're insulting a guest? How did you break the fast without me coming here? Then he says a mantra and he releases a demon, and the demon is immediately killed by Vishnu. And then the Sudarshan Chakra runs after Durvasa Muni. The Sudarshan Chakra says, okay, you're going to hurt my devotee, I'm going to hurt you, I'm going to kill you. And Durvasa Muni is very, very frightened. He's going to all the planets. He's asking for help from Shiva. Shiva says, I cannot do anything. Brahma says, I cannot do anything. He goes to Vishnu. Vishnu's chakra, Vishnu says, I cannot do anything. You have offended my devotee. You have to say sorry to my devotee, and then this chakra will go back. So then he comes to the Amrish Maharaj and he says, please forgive me. I was very proud. I did not realize you're such a great devotee. So please forgive me. And then Amrish Maharaj forgives Durvasa Muni, and then the Sudarshan Chakra goes back. So see how powerful are the devotees of Krishna, that even a great sage like Durvasa Muni has to say sorry. So we should not offend the devotees of the Lord. Okay, Vandanam. What is the example of Vandanam? Vandanam means offering prayers. What's the example here? Vandanam? Yes, Ishan?
Akrura.
Akrura. Okay, Akrura Maharaj story, you will know that he was rolling on the dust of Vrindavan. He was going from Vrindavan to Mathura to get Krishna and Balaram. So he's rolling on the floors. He's so happy that I'm going to see Krishna. He's offering so much prayers. So, and he had so much tears in his eyes. So that is Vandanam. Dasyam we spoke about is Hanumanji. He was the biggest servant. It was his birthday yesterday, yes? Hanuman Jayanti was yesterday, Hanuman Janaman Utsav. Dasyam. Correct. And then Sakyam, Arjun is a great friend of Krishna, right? And Atma Nivedanam we talked about is Bali Maharaj, right? Bali Maharaj gave everything, including his head, to Krishna. And then Krishna became a doorkeeper in his planet to serve Bali Maharaj. See, if you do something to Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate. So Krishna became a doorkeeper for Bali Maharaj. So now will you guys remember this? Now, what are these? These are the 9 processes of bhakti. Navavida bhakti. What are these 9 processes of bhakti? Yes, Khyati, you have a question?
I need to go to the bathroom.
Yes, go. So these are the 9 processes of bhakti. So when I ask 9 processes of bhakti, can you recite the verse? Shravanam, Kirtanam, who can sing now? Yes, Jayani?
Okay. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam,
Vishnu Smaranam. I have not written here. It's Vishnu Smaranam.
Vishnu Smaranam, Parasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam Sakyam, Atmanevadam.
Yes, thank you, Shriya.
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanavedanam.
Yes, Smaranam here is Vishnu Smaranam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Yes, Ayati.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Okay. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Arjunam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam.
Thank you. Yes, Ishan.
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam.
Yes, Nimai.
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnum Swaranam Bhagasavanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam.
Okay, who else? Oh, Adav, you want to say this?
Shravanam Kirtanam Smaranam Parsevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam
Atmani.
Atmanitam.
Thank you, Veda Mahima.
Shravanam Kirtanam Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam.
Thank you, thank you. So it's Vishnu Smaranam. I have not listed here Vishnu Smaranam, but it's Vishnu Smaranam. Okay, so who likes which one? The most important thing is Shravanam, listening. It's somebody has become perfected by doing only Shravanam, like Parikshit Maharaj, somebody by Kirtanam. So what do you guys like about from these 9 processes of bhakti? You should do all 9, but you can only do one perfectly and you'll become perfect devotee. Who likes what? What do you guys like? Which part do you like? Okay. Who wants to go first? Yes, Jasvita?
I like Shravanam.
Shravana, which is listening. You like that?
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. So there are so many videos about Krishna stories on YouTube. You can listen to them. Yes, Adhav, what do you like?
I like Sakyam.
Sakyam, being Krishna's friend? Very nice, very nice. Yes, Mahima?
Oh, probably I think that's
Okay, Ishan, you raised your hand?
I want to do Archanam, deity worship. Actually, no, Dasyam.
Dasyam, Krishna's servant. So how do you serve him as a servant?
I would.
You would, if you serve the devotees, then you're serving Krishna. If you serve the devotees with your mridanga player, if you do take classes, if you,
I get it.
so then you become Dasyam, right? Okay. Who else? Who else wants to go ahead? Ayati?
I like 2 actually. I always want it to be Sakyam and Padsevanam.
Okay. So Pad Sevanam, how do you do?
I would massage Krishna's feet.
But since he's not here physically, what would you do so to fulfill this Pada Sevanam?
Well, I would like since he's not physically here, I would just do it to the deity, I
To the
guess.
deities. So when you do deity worship, it is Archanam. So you can serve. Okay, Meena, stop. They can. Just sit down on the bed. Sit down. So when you can do Pada Sevana by serving the elder Meena, stop. By serving the Vaishnavas, by serving the devotees. So that would be Pada Sevanam for you. And then you said which one?
Sakyam.
Sakyam. So how would you be offering your friends as Krishna being a friend?
I would be friends with the devotees of Krishna.
Yes, you would be friends with the devotees of Krishna, and you have to think in my mind, whatever Krishna does, he's my best friend. Krishna is your best friend. That's why he wants the best of you. He's your father, he's your mother, he's your best friend. Okay, yes, Mahima.
I like Dasyam the most to serve Krishna.
Okay, to serve Krishna, how would you serve Krishna? How would you serve Krishna?
By like offering prasadam to him and chanting kirtans about him. I mean, not chanting, singing kirtans about him.
Very nice. Yes, offering prasadam. Yes, and by doing kirtan. Very nice. Very nice. So the best. When you're doing kirtan, that is kirtanam. But it also because you're doing it in the mood of a servant, it's dasyam. Okay, it's not like something is better than everything, but everything is very potent. But if you hear about Krishna, if you hear more about Krishna, you will develop a feeling towards Krishna, right? If you know the story about Rukmini had never seen the Krishna, but she heard so much about Krishna, she fell in love with him, that she wanted to marry Krishna. So if you hear more about Krishna, you will start loving Krishna. You should read Prabhupada's books. You should hear about Krishna. There's so many YouTube videos. There's so many SoundCloud videos. Yes, Jani, what do you want? What do you like?
I like Dasyam.
Dasyam. So how would you do Dasyam? How would you serve Krishna?
I would serve Krishna by praying to him and doing prasad.
So praying, when you do praying, that is archanam, right? That is archanam. That is deity worship. And offering prasad. Yes, very nice. Yes, Adhav. Adhav, you raised your hand?
No.
Okay. All right. So now, Jasvita, did you say what is your answer?
What?
What is one of these among these 9 devotional processes of bhakti? What is your favorite?
Oh yeah, I said. Actually, I want to add to it. I said Shvaranam. I want to add. I want to be a friend to Krishna.
Being a friend to Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. So who else is left? Where is Kathy? Did she say Kathy? Where is I don't. Okay, Kathy. What is your favorite among these 9 processes of bhakti? Okay, you want to think? Okay, Shreya, go ahead. Meanwhile,
I have 2 favorites. Mine is Archanam and Vandanam.
Archanam. So you'd like deity worship and offering prayers. Very nice. Very nice. So let's start. Meaning, these are very very potent 9 processes of bhakti. We should remember them. We should do all of them if possible. But if you like one more than the other, you do more of it. But we should try all of it. And most important is Shravanam and Kirtanam. So chanting and listening and chanting. So let's go next slide. I know we took a lot of time here. Shreya, your hand is still raised or is just from before?
Before.
Okay. All right. So we want to say, so now, yes, Ishan.
Can I read?
Okay, go ahead, read.
After hearing these words of devotional service from the mouth of his son Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu was extremely angry. His lips trembling, he spoke as follows to Sunda, the son of his guru, Shukracharya. O unqualified, most heinous son of a Brahmana, you have disobeyed my order and taken shelter of the party of my enemy. You have taught this poor boy about devotional service. What is this nonsense? In due course of time, various types of disease are manifest in those who are sinful. Similarly, in this world there are many deceptive friends in false garbs, but eventually, because of their false behavior, their actual enmity becomes manifest. The son of Shukracharya, Hiranyakashipu's spiritual master, said, O enemy of King Indra, O king, whatever your son Prahlad said was not taught to him by me or anyone else. His spontaneous devotional service has naturally developed in him. Therefore, please give up your anger and do not unnecessarily accuse us. It is not good to insult a Brahmana in this way.
Yes. So what is he? What is Hiranyakashipu? Hiranyakashipu heard this thing. He's talking about Vishnu. He's talking about my enemy. So he did not know that this is Prahlad Maharaj's natural tendency to remember Krishna or Vishnu. He thought Shanda, who is the son of Shukracharya, his spiritual master, Prahlad's spiritual master, is teaching him this. He was very angry and he's telling him, how come you're teaching my boy to learn to worship Krishna? What is this nonsense? Some people who are deceitful, right? Who cheat, then at last their cheating is being caught. And you are being caught that you're teaching my son about the worshipping Vishnu. Vishnu is my enemy. He killed my brother Hiranyaksh. He came in the form of Varahadev and he killed my brother. He's my enemy, and you're teaching him to worship Vishnu. And then Shanda says, "Oh, enemy of the king Indra." Hiranyakashipu is the enemy of the king Indra, right? And he said, I did not teach him this. I taught him all the things you wanted him to teach, wanted me to teach him. It is just like the example, right? That magnet gets iron gets attracted to magnet. Your son is naturally attracted towards Krishna. So please do not accuse us. Do not accuse us. It's your son who has this this tendency to be liking Krishna. So let's see what is going to happen next. Who wants to read? Okay, Jasvita, read the first two paragraphs, and last paragraph, Jaini, read it.
When Hiranyakashipu receives this reply from the teacher, he again addresses his son as Prahlada. Hiranyakashipu said, "You rascal, most fallen of our family. Have you not received this education from your teachers? Where have you gotten it?" Prahlada Maharaja replied, "Because of their uncontrolled senses, persons too addicted to materialistic life makes process toward hellish conditions and repeatedly chew that which have already been chewed. Their inclinations toward Krishna are never aroused because either by the instructions of others, by their own effects, or by a combination of both."
Thanks, Jasvita. Yes, Jaini. And then I have a lot of people in line. I know Ayati is also waiting after Jaini, Ayati, and then Nimai. So we'll see. We are already running out of time. But Jaini, go ahead quickly.
Persons who are strongly entrapped by the consciousness of enjoying material life and who have therefore accepted as their leader or guru a similar blind man attached to external sense objects, cannot understand the goal of life is to return home, back to Godhead, and engage in the service of Lord Vishnu. As blind man guided by another blind man miss the right path and fall into a ditch. Materially attached men led by another materially attached men are bound by the ropes of fruitive labor, which are made of very strong cords, and they continue again and again in materialistic life, suffering the threefold miseries.
Okay, thank you. So Hiranyakashipu then is asking his son, you rascal. He's calling him as a rascal, like a bad word, saying, who has taught you this? Where have you gotten this? Hiranyakashipu is asking, and then Prahlad Maharaj is replying, people who have uncontrolled senses, right? They just want to enjoy. Can I play 24 hours video games? Can I just go and play and not do anything else? There's uncontrolled senses. They're like, I want so much good food, so much to enjoy, but not worship Krishna at all. They think that they are leading a very good life, right? Do you know that a camel in the desert, right? He eats the thorns. He eats the trees which are plants which have thorns, and this thorn, when he eating the shrubs and the plants which have thorns, those thorns cut his tongue, and when his tongue is cut, the blood comes out, and he's chewing the blood. He's sucking his blood, and he thinks, oh, it is very tasty, but he doesn't realize that the blood is his own blood, right? That's what the camel does. He thinks, oh, it's so very tasty. But he doesn't realize it's his blood. He thinks he's eating the tree and the plant. But the plant's thorns cut his tongue and the blood comes out, and he's thinking, oh, it's so very tasty. That's the same thing with us. We think, oh, playing with my friends all day long is so very nice. But when we just forget Krishna and we don't keep Krishna in the center, we will come back in this material world, and then we will have birth, death, we will become old, we will have diseases, and then eventually die, and then keep coming back. Keep coming back. Right? Does anybody here who has no disease, like who has not have a fever or cold, cough, everybody has something or the other, right? Some time or the other. Nobody like has been perfect, right? Is there anybody who has been always healthy? Anybody on the call? One day or the other you had a fever or something, right? So that's the point that Prahlad Maharaj is trying to say, that we have to understand what is our goal, is to go back to our home. Where is our original home? Who can answer that question? Where is our original home? Okay, Adha, where is our original home?
In the materialistic world.
Where is the original home? What did you say?
In the materialistic world.
This is our home in the materialistic world, which is a temporary home, but where is our permanent home? Yes, Ayati.
In the spiritual world, God had Golok Vrindavan.
Yes, Golok Vrindavan and Vaikuntha, wherever you want to go. Yes. This is not our home. This is a temporary, a rental home. We have come here to rent it for a few years, for a few lives. Yes, Jaswita, you want to say something?
I was going to say Golok Vrindavan, but I wasn't sure.
Yes, that is our original home. That Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan is our original home. We have come here like people rent, right? For a few years. We are coming here to rent, but eventually we want to go back to our permanent home with Krishna. And can a blind man lead another blind man? Right? Sometimes our friends tell us, oh, this video game is so good. Oh, can you come to and drink soda with us? Can you do this with us? And can a blind man lead another blind man? If your friend doesn't know who is Krishna, what is our goal? Can that friend lead you? Can he tell you the right thing? No. Same thing. You should have good friends who are Krishna conscious, who can teach you the right things. Okay, so that's, if we keep coming, then we will keep going in this cycle. What is the cycle? There's 4 things in this materialistic cycle. What are the 4 things in this cycle? Can somebody tell me? What are the 4 things in this cycle of materialistic life, which keeps happening again and again? Yes, Nimai, what are the 4 things in this cycle?
birth, death, old age, disease.
Yes, very nice. Right? Everybody then takes birth, dies, like before dying, he has disease, old age, and then dies. These four things keeps happening because we don't understand, we don't pray to Krishna. We keep enjoying this material life, but that is temporary enjoyment. If we want to enjoy permanently, then we have to worship Krishna. So these are the four things. In Sanskrit, they call Janma, which is birth, Mrityu, which is death, Jara, which means old age, and Vyadhi is disease. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Birth, death, old age, and disease. Yes, Jasmita, you have a question?
Is that like the order it goes in?
No, the order
No,
is
right?
birth. No, it's not. Birth, you take birth, then you get disease or old age, and then you die. But then you again take another
Yeah, that's
birth,
what I thought.
right? But you take birth again. So this cycle keeps on going. Okay, so it's already 12 o'clock, right? We will continue next week. Ayati will read, and other people who have not read will read. But any questions so far?
I have to read 2 paragraphs, okay?
Okay, any questions you guys have? Yes, Kathy, you have a question?
The last thing you said before, or you said it's the class is almost done. The last thing of when you said those words in different ways is last word kind of sound like my name.
The last word sounded like your name, Kathy? No, it's not. It's Vyadhi. It's Vyadhi means disease. Okay, so we'll say our prayers. Vancha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Narasimha Dev ki jai. Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. We'll see
Hare
you.
Bol, Hare Krishna. I
We'll
see you next week.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Bye.